the edge of the known. The universe had long since been charted, or so people thought. Thousands of colonies, orbital cities, and terraformed planets dotted the galaxy like glitter on a canvas. But for every meticulously mapped system, there were a dozen uncharted asteroid belts, decaying outposts, and forgotten way stations lost in time and space. That's where Derek Vance found himself, alone in a barely functioning long-range salvage cruiser named Harpy's Claw, chasing rumors of an ancient derelict station on the far rim of the Perseid Veil. He was a scavenger by trade, one of the few remaining humans who still preferred manual scouring over AI-guided sweeps. The rumors told of a graveyard, a space junkyard really, left behind by a long-defunct mining conglomerate that had vanished during the Third Expansion era. Ships, machinery, outdated AIs, and experimental tech possibly worth millions, if one had the stomach to dig through the cosmic rot. Derek had nothing but stomach. Took 3 weeks to find it. Nestled in the hollow of a cratered moon orbiting a dying gas giant, the junkyard stretched for kilometers. Hulls of ancient freighters, dismembered mechs, and rusting orbital scaffolds floating in eerie silence. The whole thing was surrounded by a crude electromagnetic shield that barely functioned, keeping the debris from drifting into the void. What caught Derek's attention wasn't the junk. It was the small outpost built into the side of the crater. Lights flickered in mismatched colors. Drones flitted about like fireflies. Hand-painted signage above a blast door read, "Chorus Salvage Sanctuary." No bartering, no bullshit. He hesitated before docking. Salvagers didn't typically coexist in harmony, especially not at the fringes. But curiosity won out. Part 2. The Woman in the Wreckage. The blast doors hissed open, revealing a hallway cluttered with tools, rusted machine parts, and faded photographs. The air was breathable, albeit thick with ozone and grease. "State your business," said a voice over the intercom. "Looking for salvage," Derek replied, keeping his tone neutral. "Heard this place was ripe. Didn't know someone had claimed it." There was a pause, then a sigh. "Docking fees are your left kidney and the soul of your firstborn. Or a good bottle of bourbon." "I have a bottle of Rigellian Black," he offered. "Accepted. Welcome to Chorus." She met him in what passed for a control center. Half observation deck, half repair bay. She was tall, her skin dusted with soot, her gray eyes sharp and calculating. Her left arm was a mechanical replacement, but so finely tuned that it moved more gracefully than a natural limb. Her hair was buzzed short, and her jumpsuit was patched in at least 10 places. "You're not from around here," she said, taking the offered bottle and examining the label. "Nowhere is around here in this part of space." Cora smirked. "Fair point." They shared the bottle over conversation. Derek learned that Cora had been here for almost 8 years. She'd arrived chasing the same rumors, but after a reactor meltdown killed her crew, she stayed behind, fixing, restoring, and rehoming old tech. "I got tired of people," she said. "Machines make more sense. They break, you fix them. People break. And sometimes they break you back." He didn't pry. Instead, he asked to salvage from the field. She allowed it with a catch. "You want to dig through my junkyard, you help me maintain the grid. Power's unstable, and the drones are old." He agreed. Days turned into weeks. Derek worked by her side, repairing solar collectors, reprogramming outdated drones, and cataloging salvaged tech. They shared meals, silence, and the occasional conversation about the world beyond. He noticed she talked to the machines like they were friends. She called the maintenance droid Hank, and the AI core Missy. He didn't laugh. Instead, he started doing the same. Part 3: Ghosts in the Gears. One evening, while sorting through a rusting freighter carcass, Derek found something odd. A sealed container buried beneath layers of crushed cargo. Inside a cryopod. And in it, a human boy no older than 10, suspended in stasis. He called Cora immediately. "Holy hell," she whispered, scanning the pod. "Still functional. Power cells are old, but intact. Who do you think he is?" Whoever he was. Someone left him here to be forgotten. They debated what to do. Cora wanted to leave it be, fearing that waking the boy could mean opening a door to past traumas neither of them were equipped to handle. But Derek insisted. "We're not gods. We don't get to decide if someone lives or dies because it's inconvenient." He stayed up all night repairing the pod's life support systems. Cora eventually joined him. When the boy opened his eyes, he cried. It took time, but they learned his name, Eli. He was from a lost colony ship, the Galatea, that had disappeared over a century ago. Cora pieced together the likely truth. The ship had suffered a catastrophic systems failure, and someone had preserved the child in desperation, hoping for a future rescue that never came. Eli didn't speak much. He clung to Cora like a lifeline. And something in her changed. She began waking up earlier, cooking real meals instead of subsisting on ration bars. She started telling stories again to Eli, then to Derek. She even laughed. One night, she showed Derek a garden she'd built in an old hydroponics bay. "Life clings to the damnedest places," she said. "So do people." She looked at him for a long time before leaning her head against his shoulder. Part 4. The Wreckers. Word spreads fast even out here. A month later, a ship arrived. Sleek, military-grade with no markings. Wreckers. Modern-day pirates who specialized in stripping salvage operations like Cora's and selling everything, including people. Derek and Cora watched their descent from the command deck. "We can hide," Derek said. "Seal the bunker. Let them pass." Cora's jaw clenched. "This is my home. I won't let them take it." He didn't argue. He helped her rig defenses, reprogramming drone patrols, converting mining lasers into crude weaponry, even activating an ancient planetary defense turret buried in the junk. When the wreckers landed, they expected easy pickings. Instead, they met a barrage of precision drone strikes and electromagnetic pulses that fried their systems. Cora manned the turret, her eyes gleaming with controlled fury. Derek handled power reroutes and shield recalibrations. Even Eli helped, guiding a repair drone through vent shafts to release coolant into their attacker's hull. After a 3-hour siege, the wreckers retreated. Damaged, humiliated, and down 2 ships. The junkyard stood. Cora sat down beside Derek, blood on her lip and grease in her hair. "You're insane," she said. "You could have left." "So could you," he replied. Part 5. Meaning in the Debris. Weeks passed. Eli began to laugh again. Cora began to paint. Derek found joy in the rhythm of rebuilding. They weren't just surviving anymore. They were living. One evening, while repairing a long-range relay, Cora turned to him. "I used to believe the universe was just a cold vacuum filled with junk and broken things. Things that no longer served a purpose." He watched her quietly. "And now?" he asked. "Now I think maybe the universe is a junkyard. But that doesn't mean it's worthless." She touched his hand. "You found me here, rusted, angry, alone. And somehow you made me want to hope again."